What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I will be talking about Black Clover news. Now, it was revealed a couple days ago that the Black Clover anime will be coming to an end on episode 170, which is in a couple of weeks, I believe. So, yeah, Black Clover will be ending, and I'm going to be explaining why I think it's going to end. You know, this is all my personal opinion and what I think is going on. But yeah, without no further ado, let's get right into it. So, for those of you who don't know, Black Clover is literally one of my favorite anime / manga series of all time. It's in my top 5. It's number 5 for me at the moment. It's a fantastic series. Noelle, she's the greatest character in Black Clover. She's my favorite character in Black Clover, and she's one of my favorite female characters in all of fiction. She's absolutely great. And yeah, so I just want to get that out the way. But so yeah, I am kind of actually, I wouldn't say I'm sad about this because I haven't been keeping up with Black Clover on a weekly basis. I have been checking it out here and there. I did see the last episode, the stuff that happened with Asta going into his demon form. And by the way, that's very reminiscent of what happened during the Pain arc. You know, it's very reminiscent. You know, because Asta's friend got basically stabbed through stabbed through his torso, and Asta he went ham. He got really mad at Dante. But yeah, I seen that stuff. That stuff was, it's the animation art is looking fantastic. Everything is, Black Clover is looking like they're trying to finish it off strong. Now, the question is, why are they ending the Black Clover anime right now? And is the Black Clover anime going to come back? Now, I think the Black Clover anime will come back. Hopefully, it comes back with a different studio, because I personally do not think Studio Period can handle multiple anime at once, especially multiple weekly anime at once. Now, I think I heard that Studio Period did Tokyo Ghoul. I think I heard that from somewhere. I could be wrong about that. But I think that's like one of the few, if not the only seasonal anime that they did. Because they usually do weekly anime. And when they do these weekly anime, the anime suffer. That's why I think a couple reviews ago, in one of my Boruto reviews, I was complaining about the artwork. I don't like seeing that, guys. It takes away from my enjoyment of the episode when the artwork quality declines. When you got Boruto with his face looking super tiny like he's a little kid and stuff, that takes away from my enjoyment of the episode. And the reason why we get stuff like that in the Boruto anime, bad artwork, we don't get it often. We get it like every once in a while. We'll get an episode that has some bad artwork. Now, the reason why that's the case is because, like I always say, Boruto gets outsourced. The Boruto anime gets outsourced to other studios because the main studio, Studio Period, they're not always working on it. They're not the only studio that works on it. Sometimes they outsource it to other studios. And the main reason why they probably do that is because they have too much going on right now. They was working on Black Clover and Boruto. Both of those anime are weekly. They're not seasonal. Seasonal anime, a lot of people are always, hyping up how great the animation is and how great the artwork is. And they act like these studios are so great. First of all, I'm not taking anything away from the studios. Those animators in Japan, from what I heard, they're overworked and they're underpaid. And so, yeah, props to them in Japan. It seemed like they got really hard jobs animating this stuff. But that's why I don't like when people act like one studio is better than another studio just because it has better art and animation, or should I say more consistently good art and animation, or consistently great art and animation. Because Studio Period, they have had some fantastically animated fights, such as Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, for example. But the reason, obviously, why seasonal anime looks better more often, or should I say is more consistent with its art and animation quality, is because, obviously, those animators have more time to work on the seasonal anime because they have an off season, they have a break. Studio Period, the animators working for them, they don't get breaks because they're working on weekly anime. They was working on Boruto and Black Clover at the same time. Those are two anime that are weekly anime where basically they have a new episode every single week of the year, with a few exceptions, like during holidays and stuff. So they barely get time off. So my whole thing with this is, I know I've been rambling on, but my whole thing with this is, if Black Clover comes back, which I think it will come back because it's a very popular and successful anime. It's in the top 5 for TV Tokyo as far as their highest grossing and best-selling anime. It's in the top 5 for them. It's doing extremely well. Especially, it's just very popular. So I think it will come back eventually. A lot of people are saying they think it's ending because the manga the anime is getting too close to the manga. That could be one of the reasons why it's ending. But another reason why I think it's ending is because Bleach. Now, I think we already know Bleach is coming back, and that's one of my favorite anime of all time as well. It's in my top 10. Bleach is coming back, and the studio that used to animate Bleach was Studio Period. And maybe they are going to come back and animate Bleach when it comes back. Now, if that happens, that's going to be a very bad thing. Not just for Bleach, but for Boruto as well, and just in general. Because Boruto and Black Clover have both had art and animation problems. Like, for the most part, they tend to have good art and animation for the most part. But there are episodes every once in a while where you get some very bad looking art or animation for Boruto and Black Clover. They've both had that problem. So if Studio Period really thinks that they can handle Bleach and Boruto at the same time, I don't know what's going on with them. They need to stop that. They need to focus on one anime, and that one anime needs to be Boruto. Now, for the Boruto haters or the people who like Bleach or Black Clover more, I'm talking about this from a business perspective. Boruto is their #1 series. TV Tokyo, Studio Period, that's their #1 most profitable series. I know a lot of people try to act like Boruto is not popular. Boruto is extremely popular. Extremely. One of the most popular anime/manga worldwide. So, yeah, it's #1 for TV Tokyo. So, that should be the #1 anime that Studio Period is focused on animating because it's their #1 most profitable series. I don't think they can handle doing multiple weekly anime at the same time. I just don't think they can handle it. So, yeah, me personally, what I want to happen is, well, first, for starters, I'm a huge Black Clover fan, but I think Black Clover needs to get switched to a different studio, honestly. I don't want Studio Period to come back and animate it 2 or 3 years from now. I don't want Studio Period to come back and animate Black Clover because most likely they're still going to be working on Boruto. I want Boruto to be as fantastic as possible. I don't want to see no ugly looking artwork or, bad looking artwork for Boruto ever in a whole anime. I want Boruto to look as amazing as possible, and I want Black Clover to look as great as possible. But Black Clover needs to get switched to a different studio, period. Bleach needs to get switched to a different studio because Studio Period has proven that they cannot handle 2 weekly anime at the same time. They cannot do it. I mean, technically, they make it happen, but the product, the quality of their anime ends up declining when it comes to art and animation because they're focused on too many things at once. They're not Studio Mappa. They can't do multiple anime at once. And by the way, a lot of those studios that do multiple anime, in a year or whatever, first of all, they have, those are seasonal anime for the most part because the animators who are doing those, they usually get a break. Those are seasonal anime. They get more time to work on their anime. So, yeah, I just don't think Studio Period needs to be picking up Bleach but so let me tell you what I hope happens. What I hope happens is, I hope after Black Clover ends, Studio Period focuses, like all of Studio Period's staff, everybody working for Studio Period, all of their partners, everybody working for Studio Period. I want all of them to work on Boruto exclusively. No other projects, no other anime, just Boruto. Because I heard Studio Period is working on their own original anime, which sounds completely stupid to me. Now, are any of you guys interested in a completely original anime from Studio Period? I'm sure as hell not. I'm definitely not because I'm not gonna knock Studio Period. They have done some great, quote unquote. Well, first of all, Boruto doesn't have any fillers, but they've done some great anime original stuff with Boruto. So them making their own original anime, I don't doubt that they can do that and have a great story and all that. But who cares about that? First of all, it's gonna be a brand new anime, meaning it's gonna take a while for it to get popular. If it actually does get popular, it's a waste of time. Nobody really cares. Focus on Boruto. Focus on your #1 series. Now, as far as Black Clover goes, so yeah, when Black Clover ends, I hope all of those people who are working on Black Clover, I hope all of those people come to Boruto and make Boruto as great as possible. Now, as far as Black Clover is going to come back. I believe it will be animated. I believe they will start animating the manga again. I think they're just going to take a year off or 2 years off or maybe 3 years off. And then Studio Period is going to come back and animate Black Clover. Now, what they might be doing is, the reason why they might be in Black Clover, along with the fact that it's getting close to the manga, another reason could be because they're bringing back Bleach. Now, we all knew that was announced a year ago that Bleach was coming back, but a lot of people was hoping it was going to go to a different studio besides Studio Period, myself included, because Studio Period cannot handle multiple anime at once. They just can't do it. I mean, they can do it, but it's not going to be as great as it could have been. I'm pretty sure a lot of Bleach fans, they want to see some top tier art and animation. They want to see consistently high quality art and animation for Bleach when it returns. They've been waiting almost a decade for Bleach to return. They want to see they want the art and animation to be consistently great throughout all of the Bleach anime when Bleach returns, just like it is for seasonal anime. And I'm a Bleach fan too, so I also want that. And I also want Boruto to be great consistently. So I hope Studio Period didn't just drop Black Clover just because they want to bring Bleach back. To me, that would be a completely stupid idea. And another thing that Studio Period needs to do, and by the way, obviously, they're not going to listen to me. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And I heard that they announced that they're making their own original anime, which is completely stupid. It's a waste of time, a waste of resources, because you're sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on Boruto. Boruto is about to enter the best story content that has ever been in the anime with this Kawaki stuff. And you're really just going to, like, what's the point? What's the point of making an original anime when you have a whole bunch of other anime that's, I mean, when you already have an anime that's doing great. So, I mean, Boruto is doing better than Naruto right now in terms of anime. So, Boruto is doing great. And I know Naruto ended a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. It's more like the Naruto anime ended in 2017. So, that was about 4 years ago. But yeah, Naruto's anime, it's basically ended. It basically ended a half a decade ago almost. So, yeah, the popularity did decline, but don't get it twisted. Naruto is still insanely popular. Like, I actually personally know people who actually buy Naruto DVDs. That's the only anime that I actually know. I mean, that I know personally that people actually buy DVDs for. Mainly either Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. Those are the main anime I hear about. Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. Like, usually anybody and everybody knows what those anime are. I mean, not anybody. Basically, younger people who are in their teens to early adults, most of them know what Naruto and Dragon Ball are. As a matter of fact, almost all of them know what they are. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. Hopefully, what happens is, this is just wishful thinking, but hopefully what happens is Studio Period, after they finish Black Clover, I think they said it's ended in like March, I think, or something like that, episode 170. Once they get done with that, hopefully all the people who are working on Black Clover starts working on Boruto. Hopefully they send Bleach to a different studio and have it be seasonal or something. And then when Black Clover comes back in like a year or two, make that seasonal and send that to a different studio. Because Studio Period needs to focus on Boruto exclusively. Now, honestly, that's wishful thinking. I highly doubt that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen instead of that is I think Studio Period, they're dropping Black Clover because they're bringing Bleach back. It's just that simple. That's why I think it's happening. I think they're dropping Black Clover specifically because they're starting to work on Bleach. That's why I think it's happening. But anyways, with all of that being said, that's what I got to say about that. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked it, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And also, click that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Every promise I've been praying for, like I hold